Robert Rivas Radio, Tejano, and much more.
Robert Rivas Radio, Friday morning, and excitement is in the air. My anniversary basharoo, 3 years on the internet radio's happening tomorrow night at Marty's Sports and Spirits, 603 Eisen Road. And who's going to be in the house? Michael Pikula with Vjvision. Michael, good morning.
Good morning. How are you, Robert?
Okay, amigo. How about yourself?
Doing great, thank you.
Michael, you know, I'm embarrassed to tell you this, but you've been in the business a long time. VJing, DJing, so have I. Michael, I had never heard of you till about 6 months ago.
Oh, really? Okay.
I'm embarrassed, dude. I mean, how does this happen?
I don't know. You know, San Antonio's a big city, and so here we are.
I'm telling you. But, Michael, I'm very blessed. I'm very glad that I met you because, you know what? I'm very impressed. You've got one mean resume. Michael, when did you get started with all this crazy business of music and starting to DJ? What prompted you to do all this?
I guess MTV inspired me going back into the early 80s, and I was living in New York at the time. And so there really wasn't anybody DJing with video. And so I kind of started doing it back in 83, 84, and I've been doing it ever since.
Now, going back to the 80s, wouldn't that make it tougher for you to get a hold of these videos?
Yeah, it did make it difficult. And there was only one company that provided videos to DJs back then. They were called Rock America. They're no longer around. Yeah. So.
Can you remember doing your first gig?
Yeah, my first gig was in 1979, and my first ever song that I played was Funky Town by Lips Incorporated.
Oh, wow. Really, man? The disco days.
Yeah, I got paid $25.
And don't spend it all at one place, right?
Right.
How did you feel about your gig, man, once you did it? Were you like, let me take you this way. When you first started, were you nervous seeing the crowd and everything?
Not much has changed. I mean, I still get nervous before every gig, and until the music's playing and all the equipment's working and people are dancing, then I kind of settle down a little bit, yeah.
Michael, on your videos, I can only imagine the collection of videos that you have starting back since 79.
Mm-hmm.
Geez, man, I mean, how much time and effort does it take for you to collect all these videos?
It's timeless. I mean, I just put every day pretty much, and it's about not only about listening to music, but about watching and seeing the videos. And if a song it sounds good, but the video is poor quality, then I won't play the song. I will have to find a better quality video, and I'll do that. I'll just keep looking. I'll talk to record labels. I'll talk to the artists. I'll talk to other DJs, and I'll just work until I find the best quality.
You know, Michael, you have something on me. I've talked about it. I've always wanted to do the video, to be a VJ,
mm-hmm.
and I've never put myself to it because I was always distracted to get a real job or started working for a record label or so on. But you know what, Michael? It's very, very impressive what you do, amigo. It really, really is, man, because you're bringing the artist to the party.
Yeah. It's like when you play the video and you hear George Strait or you hear Emilio, you see Emilio on the TV, and it's pretty cool. And you could also play live music videos, and it's almost like having the artist perform live in your house or in your bar. Yeah.
Now, you not only do clubs, you've done like backyard parties and stuff like that as well, right?
Yeah, I'm the corporate DJ for Whataburger, for Taco Cabana, for North Star Mall, and La Cantera.
That's awesome, dude. Mm-hmm. That's impressive. So that means you can get me a free Whataburger, right?
Yeah. They don't even give me free food.
I know, right? Yeah. Michael, you've played at many, many bars here in San Antonio. Talk to me about some of these.
Well, I started at the Bonham in 1988, and I was spinning music videos there in 88 and 89. And then I was the first ever DJ on St. Mary's Street, where I worked at City Lights for a couple years when they first opened in 1990 and 91. I went over to Rock Island for Rick French.
Oh, man.
I worked at Rock Island on Wurzbach for a couple years. You know, I've been at The Point. The Point was the first dance club in the Stone Oak area. I was the first ever DJ in Stone Oak, and then went over to the Falls. I did Asanar on the Riverwalk, and at Asanar is where I really became familiar and acquainted with a lot of the Spanish music that gets played here in San Antonio. Yeah,
Rock Island. I totally forgot about that place.
Oh, it was fun.
Oh my God!
We had the best bands that came through there. We had Passing Strangers and The Hunger and Casey and the Sunshine Band and Thrill Kill Cult, and it was a different time. It was a different era, and it was a fun time.
You know, Michael, I've done so many gigs as well, and correct me if I'm wrong, you can have 1 million videos, but there'll always be somebody that'll ask you for that one video you don't have. It never fails, right?
Yeah, and then what I do is I make sure I get it. That night after the performance or after my gig, I go home and I will find that video and I'll have it prepared for next time. And if there's no video for it, I will create a video for it.
Michael, on your backyard parties, I'm going to go with the private parties, or let's go even with maybe a Blanco ballroom or a Colony's house party or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
Has anybody ever messed with like your TV screens or touching them or doing stuff like that?
No, but there was a New Year's Eve party that I did in 1990 that was at an apartment complex, and the speaker caught fire. It just caught fire. The speaker got too hot, the wires got hot, and the speaker caught fire. I literally carried the speaker out of the party. The party was packed. There were 300 people there. They were all dancing. And I went outside with the speaker in a rainstorm, and the rain put out the speaker. I went back in the party. Everybody was still dancing, so I had to do this during like a 3-minute period of time when the song is playing. And shortly after I did that, the police came in and they raided the party, and that was the end of the party. Yeah,
I think it was destiny where that party was just going to end. Was it one way or the other?
It was right after midnight. The speaker caught fire like 12:15, and then the police came at 12:30, and they saved me because I don't know how I would have gotten through the rest of that party with one speaker.
But you know what, Michael? Also, I've done parties, backyard parties, where fights break out, and they're fighting within their own family members, and they start grabbing chairs and speakers and everything.
Yeah.
And I can only imagine with you, now you got TV screens, flat screens up there, man.
Right.
Right? I think it, man, this has happened to you as well, right?
Yeah, so I try to hold on to my equipment.
Yeah, man, because they don't care, right?
I even did an event once where there was a shooting, a series of shootings, and I got down on the ground. I was in a DJ booth, and I had a special effects disc that I played during this, and it had sirens, and I knew exactly where it was on the disc, and I just and so you start hearing sirens while everybody's on the ground. It was pretty bizarre.
Michael, people fail to realize the efforts, the entertainment, the time-consuming efforts that DJs, VJs put in to entertain crowds, not only at the clubs. I'm talking about weddings, quinceañeras, backyard parties. I had one person one time tell me that a DJ or a VJ shouldn't be considered an entertainer, and I told him, bullshit. Mm-hmm. Don't you think, Michael? We're entertainers.
I understand that, and I could see their point of view, because we're not really creating the music, nor are we writing the music. We're simply programming or playing the music. We're selecting those songs to be played. Having said that, where I think the creative element comes in is not only in the mixing of the music, but in the interaction with the crowd and the people. And I think a good DJ gets those people going and keeps them going all night.
And you know what, Michael? It's not even about playing the music as well. It's a matter of talking to the people.
Right.
Just joking around, talking, announcing birthdays, anniversaries, whatever the case may be. Yeah. It's a package deal, man.
It's a moment thing, because things can happen while you're performing, and you'll see it, and you'll comment something, or you'll say something on the microphone, and you just have to be aware of your surroundings, and you can't be looking down as a DJ. You always have to look ahead and see what's going on in front of you.
I've always said also, Michael, that there's a big difference between a radio DJ and a club DJ.
I agree.
To me, it's night and day.
Yes.
And, some people, they don't agree with me, and I said, well, that's okay. Until you get into the business, you'll figure it out for yourself, because it's a big difference.
I think a lot of radio DJs, quite frankly, if they're radio personalities, so to speak, they really can't mix music. Whereas a lot of club DJs, they're great at mixing music because that's what they do, but they can't really address a crowd in a proper manner. They may not even own a microphone. So there is a distinct difference, and it's very rare to find that DJ who crosses over and can do both.
And even more so, Michael, read the crowd, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I think it's important for the crowd to be able to interact with the DJ, and I think it's the DJ's responsibility to be able to try to get people to come up to him or her and let them know what they want to hear.
There you go. There you go. That's what it's all about, Michael. The big celebration tomorrow night at Marty's Sports and Spirits, 603 Eisen Road. What can people expect now? Before you answer my question, we have people coming in from Houston, Dallas, Laredo, Waco, Austin, and a whole lot of people from San Antonio, and they're all like, Robert, man, you're really going to bat for this guy, man. He better kick some ass. And I know you're going to kick some ass, but give them a little taste, a little appetizer. What can they expect tomorrow night?
They can expect to have fun. They can expect to dance. And regardless of whether they're dancing or not, they can expect to be entertained, because not everybody wants to dance. So if you're sitting there, you can still enjoy yourself and have a good time, because you'll be able to watch the music videos, and there'll be a wide variety of music videos that I'll be playing tomorrow night. There won't be any one particular genre or type of music. It's going to be a little bit of everything. You'll hear country, you'll hear Tejano, you'll hear some oldies, some cruising classics, and some rock, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Michael, now, performing tomorrow night, you're going to have plenty of business cards, because I know they're going to come up to you and go, hey, man, let me have a business card. You're going to have your business cards, right?
You bet. I'll be ready.
Because I promise you, man, they're going to be impressed and they're going to want to hire you. That's for sure. And I know that, Michael. Now, Michael, any words to your fans out there? Because you got some fans out there that love listening to you. They've been out there. They've been to the clubs. Anything you want to share with them?
Well, I would hope that you come out here Saturday night and be a part of what we're doing. It's going to be a good crowd and a good time, and Marty's is a nice place, plenty of parking, safe, and so look forward to seeing everybody.
Michael Pikula, Vjvision in the house. Thanks for being part of Robert Rivas Radio Morning Show.
Thank you, Robert. Thank you for having me.